What's going on, YouTube? So, pretty stunning decision across the pond over in the United Kingdom. Apparently, uh, the whole English government system just doesn't make sense. So, I guess that uh, Parliament was prorogued by the Queen, right, under Boris Johnson's advice. But then, and prorogue, for those that don't know, because it's all very old school and old timey and very antiquated and funny over there. Uh, Parliament can't be in session without the Queen's consent. I guess that's like the monarchy's uh, the still official duty. So once a year, they prorogue Parliament, so that way the Queen can come out and act like she still runs the place for like a weekend, make a speech, and then it goes back to Parliament. Well, Boris Johnson advised the Queen to prorogue it for like, I think it was like a month and a half. And it was pretty obvious the reason that he did this was so Parliament couldn't try to pass resolutions and keep kicking the can down the road on Brexit. Because 3 years just hasn't been enough time. So they're wanting to do that. Boris Johnson expelled a bunch of members out of his party, gave up his majority in Congress, or sorry, not Congress, but Parliament. He gave up his majority and then had the Queen prorogue the government. But the people that didn't want it prorogued, I guess, brought it to the UK Supreme Court, and then the UK said that Johnson's advice was untruthful and therefore his advice was unlawful. Just kind of weird, because you would say over here you wouldn't say advice was unlawful, right? It's just advice. Um, you would say like the action committed was unlawful, but I guess his advice, that him just expressing his opinion on what should be done, was unlawful, which made the Queen's action of suspending Parliament unlawful. And so Parliament is reconvening. The Speaker of the House of Commons said that in lieu of the court decision, Parliament will be reconvening, and it's kind of weird over there. It's not like over here where like the Speaker of the House belongs to a party. They're kind of like a neutral official, so they like mediate the debates and stuff like that, but they don't take sides, so to speak. They'll cast a vote in a tiebreaker, but the whole UK system is all very, very strange. But this decision that came from the courts, it's got a lot of weight behind it. It doesn't look good, especially since I guess 11 out of 11 judges voted that way, every single one of them. So I am trying my best to figure out what's going on over there, especially with the Brexit date of October 31st coming up fast. But man, every time you think that you know how that system works, they throw you another curveball and you realize you don't know anything. So I didn't know that the courts could override the Queen's position, but I guess they're not really overriding the Queen, they're overriding Boris Johnson's advice, and that's why I think that they're having to say his advice was unlawful, because I don't think they can say the Queen was unlawful. So anyways, just something to think about. Till next time, take it easy.